Well, I think this is the difficult topic for the UK because, the British government doesn't want to accept it for two reasons. First, it's because, probably the UK government wants to play on the norms and standards to have more competition outside the EU. And second, it's symbolic because they consider that that is an attempt to the British sovereignty, right? And we know that symbolism play a big role with this conservative government. But if you consider the trade flows, 46% of the import-export of the UK now with the continent, of course, it's absolutely crucial for the 27 to have a form of harmonization of social, environmental norms, etc., with the UK. And on this topic, I have to say that the 27 are completely unified. So if the British delegation wants a compromise at the end of the year, well, it has to make some concession on this question of the level playing field.
Christian, very interesting you use the phrase completely unified on this issue because, as you point out in your notes as well, there are a whole host of other issues that the 27 aren't unified on. We could talk about immigration, we could talk about the Visegrad Group, we could talk about expansion. There's a whole host of issues, finances, of course, of ongoing budgets as well. Isn't it just worth the EU just solving something or moving forward on Brexit, because they can move forward on this one? They can offer some form of olive branch and actually solve this relatively easily compared to a lot of other problems which are going to take years to solve.
Well, the issue which is at stake there is the internal market. And this is really the core of the EU integration process. And everybody in the EU has an interest to keep the integrity of the internal market. So you're absolutely right. The EU is not unified on every subject. We have a lot of differences on migration, on the future of the Eurozone, etc. But on the internal market, well, there is a huge unity. Again, because everybody has strong interest in keeping the internal market. Some for more symbolic reasons. I'm thinking about the French because they considered that the internal market is the origin of the European integration process. Some others just for interest. I mean, economic interest. And if you take countries like Poland, like Hungary, or even Czech Republic, well, they are sympathetic to the British government on many aspects about Europe. But on the internal market, they will not change their view. They will defend the integrity of the internal market because too many economic interests for them are at stake.